a whole bunch of silver darting objects, and they are round. And he says they're doing the strangest thing.
Antarctica, a land of mystery. Unexplained phenomena, alien sightings, and secret government activity plague this frozen continent. Was he silenced to hide the truth? What secrets lie buried beneath the Antarctic ice? Wrapped in a thick blanket of ice, Antarctica has forever been a land shrouded in mystery. From strange sightings and odd structures to even alien life, this continent buzzes with unexplained phenomena and hidden secrets. A former U.S. Navy officer recently made a shocking claim. He spotted the entrance to a secret alien base and UFOs while stationed in Antarctica.
The last remaining territory on the planet that could have such a designation is Antarctica.
Could this be true? Is the U.S. government hiding something? Join us on an eye-opening exploration that will shatter your perception of Antarctica as we delve into the chilling story of this American flight engineer. The South Pole reigns supreme in extremes. It's the coldest, driest, and windiest place on Earth. Additionally, it's the fifth largest continent, sprawling over a vast 3.2 million square miles, almost entirely covered in ice and snow. But beneath this frozen facade, Antarctica conceals a treasure trove of mysteries that have perplexed humans for centuries. One particularly intriguing puzzle is how this continent appeared on a 16th century map, well before its official discovery in 1820. The Piri Reis map, based on even older sources dating back to ancient times, depicts Antarctica with surprising accuracy. How did these mapmakers know of its existence? What did they witness that eludes us today? And how did they achieve such precision without modern technology? These are questions that have baffled historians and scientists for decades, and answers may forever remain elusive. Another perplexing aspect of Antarctica is its sparse population despite its enormous size. Less than 10,000 people, mostly scientists and researchers in temporary outposts, call this continent home. The culprit behind this emptiness is Antarctica's harsh environment, simply unfit for human habitation. The average temperature chills at 56 degrees Fahrenheit and can plunge to a bone-numbing 128 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds rage at over 186 miles per hour, and blizzards can trap you for weeks. The landscape is a desolate expanse, devoid of plants or animals except for the occasional penguins and seals. The ice sheet blanketing 99% of the continent reaches a staggering thickness of 2.5 miles and holds a whopping 90% of all Earth's ice. If this behemoth were to melt, sea levels would rise by a catastrophic 60 meters, swallowing countless coastal cities and islands. Undoubtedly one of the most enigmatic places on Earth, Antarctica has beckoned explorers and adventurers eager to unravel its secrets. Some succeeded, some faltered, and some vanished without a trace. But none could have fathomed the chilling encounter a U.S. Navy flight engineer would have in Antarctica, a story we are about to unveil. This encounter throws open a Pandora's box of questions, forcing us to reevaluate everything we thought we knew about this frozen continent. What did he witness that left him so shaken? And what does it imply for humanity's future? Because you're about to find out. In the biting cold of January 2015, Linda Moulton Howe, a highly respected investigative reporter, received an email unlike any other. The sender, a retired naval flight engineer seeking anonymity, requested the pseudonym Brian. Brian's decision to remain anonymous stemmed from the extraordinary events he witnessed during his Antarctic service. From 1983 to 1997, he braved the unforgiving wilderness, a fact verified by official documents and his Antarctic service medal. As a flight engineer, he logged over 4,000 hours traversing the continent, witnessing sights that defied imagination. The desolate landscape held an otherworldly beauty, shrouded in mystery. Brian's base was McMurdo Station, the largest research facility on the continent. Established by the U.S. in 1956, McMurdo bustled with activity, housing up to 1,200 people. During his deployments, lasting from September to February each year, Bryan and his crew conducted vital cargo and rescue missions. These deployments ended in 1999 with the squadron's disbandment. Bryan's duties involved transporting personnel across Antarctica. Initially, everything seemed routine. However, as time passed, a series of inexplicable events unfolded. The first was the disappearance of a research team in the nearby mountains. Bryan's search yielded no sign of them, only a strange, partially buried silver object of unknown origin. A week later, the researchers reappeared, shaken and refusing to speak. Beyond the initial disappearance of the research team, Bryan described another baffling incident that transpired during a mission over the Transantarctic Mountains. He and his crew witnessed a group of round, silver objects moving in a coordinated, almost synchronized manner. They darted between mountain peaks in a strange, repetitive pattern. Bryan recounted, "They're doing the strangest thing, going from peak to peak in a group and then they'd all take off." The sheer number of witnesses to this spectacle left no room for doubt about its reality. Bryan was utterly convinced these objects were not from Earth. Intriguingly, he revealed to Howe that these sightings weren't isolated events, but rather a recurring phenomenon. The nature of these objects and whether they were alien spacecraft remained a mystery. Bryan, using the alias throughout their conversation, went on to detail the numerous strange and mystifying occurrences he encountered during his Antarctic service. Each event seemed like a piece of a puzzle, hinting at a reality far stranger than anything he could have imagined. One such incident involved a seemingly routine rescue mission. However, the details surrounding it were far from ordinary. The mission required Bryan to breach a strictly enforced no-fly zone, an area off-limits to all personnel. Given the urgency of saving lives, the decision was made to proceed. Unaware of the chilling encounter that awaited him, Bryan embarked on the rescue mission. As his aircraft crossed into the forbidden territory, a massive, gaping hole in the ice came into view. This entrance, slanted downwards, sent shivers down his spine despite the already frigid temperatures. Bryan estimated its diameter to be a staggering 200 feet. Just as unsettling was the sudden and complete failure of all onboard equipment as they approached the hole. After successfully completing the rescue and returning to base, Bryan and his crew were met with an unexpected sight. Men in black suits, clearly not McMurdo personnel, had descended upon the base. Their demeanor and attire set them apart, marking them as visitors from Washington, D.C. Their purpose for being so far from their offices in McMurdo quickly became clear. They issued a stern warning to Bryan and his crew, forbidding them from ever flying over the hole again and demanding their complete silence about its existence. This directive was as chilling as the Antarctic winds themselves. However, their attempt to silence the eyewitnesses couldn't erase the existence of the massive hole. Bryan's account suggested that the hole might be an entrance to something far more mysterious. Could it be a gateway to a hidden alien colony, a secret the U.S. government was desperately trying to keep under wraps? Antarctica, though often perceived as a barren wasteland, might hold life-sustaining secrets beneath its thick ice sheets. Researchers have discovered evidence suggesting the possibility of a warm, potentially habitable oasis hidden under the ice, challenging our understanding of this seemingly desolate continent. This discovery was made near Mount Erebus, where a volcano has created a network of ice caves. Deep within the Antarctic ice caves, temperatures soar to a comfortable 77 degrees Fahrenheit. This cozy environment, a stark contrast to the harsh exterior, is believed to be a result of the volcano's heat counteracting Antarctica's frigid temperatures. Researchers made a startling discovery within these caves: traces of algae, moss, and small animal DNA. While no present-day life forms were found, the warm conditions hint at the possibility of unique species evolving there. This evidence fuels speculation about extraterrestrial life existing in Antarctica. Brian's experiences with UFOs, unexplained phenomena, and a giant hole in the ice all point towards extraterrestrial activity. The government's attempt to silence him regarding the hole adds to the mystery. If it were unremarkable, why the cover-up? Brian isn't alone. Renowned polar explorer Admiral Richard Byrd also encountered extraordinary events in Antarctica. In 1947, he reported a vast entrance to an underground world teeming with alien life. Byrd's reputation as a decorated military aviator lent credibility to his claims, which shocked the world. Byrd's revelations were met with intense government scrutiny and suppression. Upon returning to the U.S., he was allegedly pressured to retract his statements. Why would the government silence such a respected explorer? We will explore possible motives behind this suppression in the next section. The government's motives for silencing Byrd are multifaceted. National security concerns a potential underground civilization's intentions. Exploiting its resources or technology could be a priority. Some believe Byrd's expedition, Operation High Jump, aimed to establish a U.S. base in Antarctica and investigate Nazi activity. Economically, Antarctica's resources are enticing, despite the Antarctic Treaty prohibiting military or commercial activity. The potential for an unexplored, resource-rich area beneath the ice could lead the government to suppress Byrd's claim to gain an advantage. Public opinion is another factor. Byrd's revelations, sensational and controversial, could disrupt public trust in exploration, science, and the government. To avoid public outcry or maintain authority, Byrd's claims might have been downplayed. Some believe the government was complicit in this. Finally, scientific credibility is at stake. Byrd's claims challenged established scientific knowledge. The government might have suppressed them to protect the scientific community's reputation and prevent misleading information from hindering progress. Byrd and Brian's experiences highlight the mysteries Antarctica holds. Their silenced testimonies raise questions about government secrecy. Was Brian right to speak out anonymously? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe button for more mysteries.